J-Mad is not your everyday lunch partner. He's all the way raw.
How are you going to say Black Lives Matter when the only reason you come out is when cops kill us and we don't come out when we kill ourselves? That's crazy, man.
He's all the way real.
The truth? You can't even handle the truth.
And most of all, he has his priorities right.
I want the Falcons and the Hawks to be my pallbearers at my funeral. That way they can let me down just one last time.
J-Mad gives it to you big.
Yeah, you need that real talk. Well, J-Mad, he got ya. Right here doing God's work, bringing life after the collar. Hey, radio show and he's doing it big. You just can't ignore J-Mad, bringing you the word. Just holla at your boy. Hey, life after the collar with J-Mad.
That's right. You are listening to your boy, J-Man. And this is Life After the Collar on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, and all of the above. I hope you all are doing good. Hope you all survived the weekend. I know I had a great time this weekend, for the most part. I hope the sound is coming through good on you all's end. I was blessed this weekend to get some new gear. Thank you for those that sold into the project. I appreciate you. If you all are experiencing any type of difficulties, let me know, please. We ran several tests today, so it should be crystal clear. At least that is my hope. Again, you're listening to Life After the Collar with your boy J-Mad. We're going to talk about some of everything today. Let's just talk. Let's just have a conversation. I'm going to play these couple of songs, and then we're going to come back. We're going to give a shout out to our sponsors and things like that. I even got some more information. I had someone ask me a question this past weekend, so I'm going to make sure that I get that stuff together, but I'll let you know what the question was, and it's concerning being sponsored, so we're going to work this thing out, all right? Holla at your boy. You are listening to Life After the Collar with your boy, J-Man. Holla at me.
I be feeling like the man when I walk through. I ain't stunning what you saying when I walk through. I got all these boys there when I walk through. I done made a few bands on the walk through. Watch me, hey, why me walk through? Watch me, hey, why me walk through? Watch me, hey, why me walk through? I done made a few bands on the walk through. I done made a few bands on the walk through. People don't know, now I don't talk to. Me and Parliament and Brick, he a boss too. Sitting at the round table making balls move. I done walk through with Gucci on my feet. Who got more money, you or me? I'ma walk through usually with my Beverly that I got the tool on me. I done slunk past security. What the do you need glasses just to see me? When I'm coming full speed, got that V12 running. And I'ma jump the fence if I see 12 coming. Even if I were blind, I could still smell money. I can't trust no outside, cause they could tell on me. I'm the alphabet boy, cause I keep a L on me. I good, throwing up my set in your hood. I be feeling like the man when I walk through. I ain't stunning what you saying when I walk through. I got all these boys there when I walk through. I done made a few bands on the walk through. Watch me, hey, why me walk through? Watch me, hey, why me walk through? Watch me, hey, why me walk through? I done made a few bands on the walk through.
Yeah, it's money over here, what you thought, clown? Play crazy while you high, had you knocked down. No frowns round here, bro, we all smiles. G7 just dropped, got us down.
Mars hurt the boy out when I walk through. Scarface 4, he died, did part 2.
How your people tell promoters that I'm coming, park me in the front. Leave shit running, here's 100, what up? Flip your bitch like a coin, better call it. She got a thing for us, big baller new. She bout to rock the boy Mike, tell it feedback. The realest nigga out my city, and I mean that.
I be feeling like the man when I walk through. I ain't stunning what you saying when I walk through. I got all these boys there when I walk through. I done made a few bands on the walk through. Watch me, hey, why me walk through? Watch me, hey, why me walk through? Watch me, hey, why me walk through? I done made a few bands on the walk through.
Money music.
Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Yes, I am, yes, I am, yes, I am. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. I believe every lie that I ever told. Paid for every heart that I ever stole. I played my cards and I didn't fold. Well, it ain't that hard when you got sold. This is my world. Somewhere I heard that life is a test. I've been through the worst, but I still give my best. God made my mold different from the rest. Then he broke that mold, so I know I'm blessed. Stand up now and face the sun. Won't hide my tail or turn and run. It's time to do what must be done. Be a king when kingdom comes. Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Yes, I am, yes, I am, yes, I am. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. I got all the answers to your questions. I'll be the teacher, you could be the lesson. I'll be the preacher, you be the confession. I'll be the quick relief to all your stressing. It's a thin line between love and hate. Is you really real or is you really fake? I'm a soldier standing on my feet. No surrender and I won't retreat. Stand up now and face the sun. Won't hide my tail or turn and run. It's time to do what must be done. Be a king when kingdom comes. Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Yes, I am, yes, I am, yes, I am. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. I'm the man. Go ahead and tell everybody what I'm saying, y'all. I'm the man. Go ahead and tell everybody. Yeah, what I'm saying, y'all. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Yes, I am, yes, I am, yes, I am. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man.
You're listening to Life After the Collar with your boy J Man. I like it when I do that. I know y'all don't. It probably irritates y'all, but I'm good with it. Well, you listen to Life After the Collar with your boy J Man, Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, and all of the above. Let me give a shout out to our sponsors. The sponsor of the show is none other than EZ, I keep saying ENZ, EZSilentHustle.com, EZSilentHustle.com, EZ, the letter E, the letter Z, SilentHustle.com. If you go there, you're going to find her Silent Hustler brand. You get there, and you're going to see her T-shirts, her coffee mugs, her tumblers, her T-shirts, and her book bags. She stepped up her game as well. those are of you all that are looking for the ability to start your thing. She also has started her, I guess you would call it mentoring type program. I have to get with her and find out what's the process with that. Well, she'll come in and you can do online. She has online courses now, especially when you're trying to do a lot of the online stuff. She has everything that you need that's going to help you go to the next level. Go by EZSilentHustle.com. That's the letter E, the letter Z, SilentHustle.com. It's more than just buying products. I guess I should have been saying that earlier. It's more than just her products. She actually has the side of EZ Silent Hustle. It's a mentoring type of program and a coaching. That's the word. A coaching aspect to it as well. PowerPoints, one-on-ones, conference call, group calls. I'm telling you, this is something that you need to hook up with. EZSilentHustle.com. Shout out to Whitney and who's the other one? Who's the other one? Oh, Deanna. I don't know why that name slipped my mind. Deanna. Shout out to Whitney and Deanna for winning your coffee mugs. They did come in today. I'm looking at them right now. They're in my face. I'm looking at them, and they are beautiful. I think I should keep one of them. I don't know which. Well, I only have a choice of which one I'm gonna keep. We'll see. But I got y'all, Whitney and Deanna. You all won the coffee, the tumblers a couple of weeks ago. 32 ounce, 30 or 32 ounce. I think it's 32 ounce tumblers. I'm looking at them right now. They're in my face. They will. I have Whitney's address. Miss Deanna, if you're listening. If not, I'll hook you up on Facebook. I need your address as well. And congratulations to those 10 people. I think we only got 8. I think we only ended up with 8 people that won the new Mad Dog T-shirts. Deanna actually won the competition that gets to choose the female version of the Matt Dugo cigar line that I have launched. She's gonna she gets to pick which one is going to be our winner. So it's all good. It's all gravy. I think that was the last for this week. Well, right now, that's the only sponsor for the week. With that being said, I was asked this weekend, how can I be a sponsor on Life After the Collar? I will be posting the prices of what it takes to be a sponsor here on Life After the Collar. Trust me, it is not expensive at all. It is not expensive at all. There are different phases to it. If you, like I do EZ, actually how I've been doing all of the sponsorship here lately. If I do the sponsorship, commercial, or shout out, it's one price. If we do your commercial, it's another price. Or if you submit a commercial, that's one price. If we do your commercial for you, that's another price. We have 15-second slots and 30-second slots. 15-second slots and 30-second slots. So be on the lookout for those that if you want to be a sponsor. A lot of people that are on here are business owners, entrepreneurs. I know, I'm at the top of my head, I know of 8 people already that are entrepreneurs and doing their own thing. Trust me. What I'm going to charge, or what we charge here at Life After the Collar, is a little bit of nothing. one of the things that I've learned, and I hope you all take this with you, you have to sow into yourself before others sow into you. I'm just saying. Just trying to help you out. Something my ENZ taught me. You have to sow into yourself before other people begin to sow into you. It is what it is. How do they know it's a apple tree orchard if no one has already planted apple trees and they don't see apple trees? You want people to come in and start sowing into your apple tree business, but they don't see no apple trees. You have to first have your apple trees growing already. Just trying to help you out. Just trying to help you out. First person to give me a shout out on the chat room gets a Mad Dog t-shirts that are in the works. We're in the process. Matter of fact, get the first. We'll be able to get one of the first t-shirts for the Mad Dog. If you're a female, I'll give you the female version. First person to give me a shout out in the chat room. I think last week Deanna won that competition. Anyway, we're going to have a good time today. I want you to get your thinking caps on. And I really want you to respond in the chat room today. I'm going to have some conversation that I really want to know what you all think about what's going on in this world. Because a lot of time we get lost in this thing. We get lost in the things that are going on in the world today. And we don't need to do that. So I want to make sure that we are all involved with this. Shout out Lydia won. Lydia, thank you so much. Lydia, you get the first thinking cap. Okay, you get the first now it's Elder Ladia Jones. Let me ask you this. You got the elder in front of you. Now they ain't gonna be mad at you when you put my We was at church Sunday, and my pastor gave me a shout out. And matter of fact, let me do this while we're on the air as well, and I'll do this later on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna use that as a sponsorship, a sponsor for this show. I'm gonna push this during the show. I have two. If you look on my main page, we have the Life After the Collar show, and we also have the oh my God, my mind is freezing today. The Ladia, call me Ladia. I got you. We have a second page as well for my church that I attend. The empowerment, the Christ Empowerment Center Church. That I want you all to be connected to. On Sundays, you're going to begin to hear us go live on Sundays right around 9:30, 10. I have to make sure. It's either 9:30 or 10, somewhere right in there. And it's only 30 minutes. The only part, and it's from my church service that I personally go to, but it is my church page. It is my church page, not page. My church's gang live broadcast. So we're gonna make sure that we give you all that. All right. Holla at your boy. This is your boy J Man. After we come back from this, we are going to be.
Okay. Now I done been all over the world, man. I done seen a lot of faces, met a lot of women. What's crazy to me is that no matter how many I meet, it still ain't nothing like a New Orleans girl. Let's go. Hey.
Let's start from the beginning. Her name was Deborah Brown. She caught my daddy's eye and he's still around, which helps me prove my point. It must be something in the water, 'cause 40 years later, and he's still glad he caught her. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 'cause Katrina put them all over the world. You better watch out if you see a New Orleans girl. I said you better watch out. Katrina put them all over the world. You better watch out if you see a New Orleans girl. Ooh, I've been all over.
I woke up Chris Breezy. Oh my God, I'm the man. I'm so fly and I can dance. There's tattoos on my neck. I just FaceTime Kanye. I told him I'm his biggest fan, yeah. Got all these in my DM. Yeah, I do. Hold up. Holy I got a kid. I can sing so well. Wonder if I can say the N-word. Wait, can I really say the N-word? What up, man? What up, man? Big ups, man. We are man. You God, 'cause I'm that. I woke up in Chris Brown's body. So hot it turned into Freaky Friday. But we got no choice but to turn this sideways. I can't believe that it's Freaky Friday. It's Freaky Friday. I'm in Chris Brown's body. I drive his Ferrari and I'm like skin black.
I woke up and I'm Lil Dicky. Lil Dicky? This shit is real weak. How is staying perched up on his like that? Walking down the street and ain't nobody know my name. Whoa. Ain't no paparazzi flashing pictures, this is great. Whoa. Ain't nobody judging 'cause I'm black or my controversial past. I'ma go and see a movie and relax. Hey, I'm a blood, but I can finally wear blue. Why's his mama calling all the time? Leave me the f*** alone. Wait, if I'm in Diggy Body, Breezy is who? Hope my daughter's in school. If I was Chris Brown, where would I be? What would I do?
I woke up in Chris Brown's body. So hot it turned into Freaky Friday. But we got no choice but to turn this sideways. I can't believe that it's Freaky Friday. It's Freaky Friday. I'm in Chris Brown's body. I look at myself with the light. It's my dream.
If I was Little Diggy in my body, where would I be? I'm trying to find myself like an introspective monk.
I'm balling on the court, oh my God, I can dunk. Snap a flick of my jump.
My is trending on Twitter. Now I'm at the club, I talk my way to getting in. I look up in the VIP, my goodness, there I am. I signal to him, let me in, but he won't let me in.
I don't know who that is.
Wait, who the f*** you think he is? Took a glass bottle, shatter it on the bouncer's head. Walk up to that mother.
Wait, think it through for a sec. If you hurt me, then you only hurting yourself.
But wait, I love myself.
That was the key, now it's such a bad. I woke up in Chris Brown's body. So hot it turned into Freaky Friday. But we got no choice but to turn this sideways. I can't believe that it's Freaky Friday.
Wait, what the?
And now I'm in Ed Sheeran's body. It's way less cool than being Chris Brown was.
What the f*** again?
I'm DJ Khaled. Why am I yelling?
I'm Kendall Jenner. I'm gonna explore that right now. Holy shit, I gotta. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna understand the inner workings of a woman.
Yeah, you need Need that real talk? Well, J Mad, he got ya. Right here doing God's work, bringing life after the collar. Hey, radio show and he's doing it big. You just can't ignore. J Mad, bringing you the word. Just holla at your boy. Hey, life after the collar with J Mad.
Listen to J Mad weekdays on Spreaker.com.
Welcome back to Life After the Collar with your boy J Mad. We are going to have a great conversation today. Man, I love this stuff that they gave me, man. This stuff is off the chain. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm excited about the stuff that this dude hooked me up with. I appreciate it. I want you all to get your thinking caps on today. We have so many different things going on in the world, and I want to know what you all are thinking. I want to know how you all are responding to the things that's going on in the news, to the things that are going on not only in the news, in your communities. We have a lot of things that we need to address, especially in our community. There's a series of things and a movement called Black Lives Matters. However, there is another another movement called Let's Make Black Lives Matter. Yes, Black lives does matter. And I wouldn't mind, and I don't know if you all, no, it wasn't when I started the show. This was before I started the show. There was a shooting in I think it was Chicago, and I contacted the Black Lives Matter group, and one of the districts or precincts or however they break it up, contacted me, and when they contacted me, the guy said that we don't do local stuff. We don't get involved with local things. So I'm sitting there looking like, wait a minute, are you saying because this is a black issue that you're not going to be a part of this? Are you literally telling us because this is an issue that's involving black on black crime, that because when the cops come out, and you all hear one of my intros or my what they call sweepers or whatever, commercials or whatever. One of the statements that I had made on another show way back, this was a year and a half ago when I made that statement, that you want to come out when cops beat on us, kill us, shoot us. But nobody wants to make a move in our community. No one wants to listen. Nobody wants to stand up. No one wants to, I'll use the word snitch, be a snitch when it's black on black. And I have a serious problem with that. I have a real serious problem with that. Because until our community get to the point where we make Black Lives Matter, Black lives will never matter. I love comedy. But I saw someone sent me a video of this lady. She was trying to be funny. She was trying to be comedic. However, she made us look real stupid. She was trying to say the word cholesterol. And she was trying to say, I forgot what the other word was. I understand, even with Mr. Brown of Meet the Brown, Tyler Perry group, that right there was funny in its moment. But we can't be ignorant and stupid all the time. We have a lot of people making these videos. We have a whole bunch of people making these podcasts. We have a lot of people doing these pranks. We have a whole lot of people doing these challenges. But we have very few people saying something positive to our community. They're on here doing their makeup stuff. They're selling their paparazzi jewelry. And there's nothing, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with that at all. But we need more people flooding our internet, our Facebook, our Instagram with positive messages. I understand people ain't going to want to hear it. I'm like this. If you can get through to one person, you done changed the world. When I first started out on Life After the Collar and went this avenue, because I used to when I used to be on Spreaker.com, I used to just DJ. But I said I'm going to take this thing and turn it into something positive where we can have an outlet to speak on things. Instead of all the time joking and playing, making comedy about silly stuff. Sometimes we're going to have to slow down and be serious. Even if we're going to tell a joke, be hee ha ha, and bring people in and let them look at what you got to say and you doing your thing. But afterwards, sow something back into your community. If you don't have a dime in the bank, you have life experiences that you can share with our community. Yeah, we're quiet on the in the chat room now. I really do want you all to be involved with this conversation, because this is real serious. Black lives does matter, but when are we gonna make Black lives matter? When are we gonna hold ourselves accountable for the things that goes on in our own community? And what that means is, even when they come into our community and treat us any kind of way, we already have a process. We already have a community that's going to already interact or intercede for whatever negative influence come into our community. Not only when the cops come in and do stupid stuff, but also when the drugs, also when the gangs, also when down the street this man is beating on his wife. When you see kids out in the streets doing all kind of crazy stuff. There was a time when there was a such thing called a village. If I did something down the street and in front of somebody's house, I got my tail handed to me in front of that house. And then they called up the street to my grandparents and let them know that they beat my tail. And then after they let me know they beat their tail, they sent me home, and then I got another beating. And after grandmama beat me, she let my granddaddy know, and I got another beating. When will we make Black Lives Matter? Those are not just words, Black Lives Matter. You could say that till you blue in the face. But if you're not allowing your own blackness to matter in your own community, why should the white people? Why should the white culture? Why should the police? Why should our government care about anything that goes on in our community? They shouldn't. They don't have a reason to. Why send a street sweeper through your community when all you're doing is just gonna, soon as the street sweeper passes you, you're just gonna throw another piece of paper down. You're just wasting gas and money. We need to get to the point where we're taking care of our own community. Ain't no going back to Africa crap. No, this is home. I don't know nothing. I went to Africa. I ain't going back to Africa. There is nowhere in the world I'm going back to Africa. Beautiful country, but nowhere in the world I'm going back to Africa. I only saw a small portion of it. A minute portion of it. But I'm not going back there. Beautiful place. This is home for me. And I'm going to make this home better. Chinese people built America. Black people built America. Filipinos built America. Indians, this is their home. The American Indians, so when they talk about y'all need to get out our country, no, you need to get out of their. We need to get out of their country. If I got to leave, y'all got to leave. Y'all ain't rolling with me today. It's too deep. I'm not being funny, and I'm not making y'all laugh and all this other stuff. So I tell y'all what, I'm just gonna give y'all what y'all want. I'll just go ahead and give y'all what y'all looking for. How about that? Let me go ahead and play some music for y'all. Let y'all settle down. Let y'all get involved with the conversation. Maybe if you listen to this, it'll ease your mind. Maybe it's just me. Holla.
Let me tell you why I love him. 'Cause he is the truth. Said he is so real. And I love the way that he makes me feel. And if I am a reflection of him, then I must be fly. Because his light, it shines so bright, I wouldn't lie. I remember the very first day that I saw him. I found myself immediately intrigued by him. It's almost like I knew this man from another life. Like back then maybe I was his husband, maybe he was my wife. And here the things I don't like about him are fine with me. 'Cause it's not hard for me to understand him, 'cause he's so much like me. And it's truly my pleasure to share his company. And I know that it's God's gift to breathe the air he breathes. Oh, it's the truth. Said he is so real. And I love the way that he makes me feel. And if I am a reflection of him, then I must be fly. Because his light, it shines so bright, I wouldn't lie. No. Can the same man that makes me so mad, you know what he did? Turn right around and kiss me so soft. Girls, you know what he did? If he ever left me, I wouldn't even be sad, no. 'Cause there's a blessing in every lesson, and I'm glad that I know him at all. 'Cause the truth said he is so real. And I love the way that he makes me feel. And if I am a reflection of him, then I must be fly. Because his light, it shines so bright. No, I love the way he speaks. I love the way he thinks. I love the way that he treats his mama. I love that gap in between his teeth. I love him in every way that a woman can love a man. From personal to universal, but most of all, it's unconditional. You know what I'm talking about? That's the way I feel, and I always will. There ain't no substitute for the truth. Either it is or it isn't. You see the truth, it needs no proof. Either it is or it isn't. And you know the truth by the way it feels. And if I am a reflection of him, then I must be fly. Because he is, yes he is. I wonder, does he know? I remember the first day I met you. We were so young. You were a blessing. There was no guessing.
Try to talk to him, can't get through. Every day he's a different dude. These are the signs of a grown-ass boy. Better run for the hills. I'm just trying to keep it real. But you can't raise a man. He's already grown, what you gonna do? You wonder why he acts like a boy. It's 'cause he wasn't raised right before you. Girl, you ain't never gonna change nobody. If he don't wanna, you can't make nobody. 'Cause you can't raise a man. No, no. Coming home any time of night, expecting you to let it ride. How many tears are you gonna cry? Playing games like you'll never lose. You know that the love has changed. How many times he called you out your name? These are the signs of a grown-ass boy. Better run for the hills. I'm just keeping it real. 'Cause you can't raise a man. He's already grown, what you gonna do? You wonder why he acts like a boy. It's 'cause he wasn't raised right before you. Girl, you ain't never gonna change nobody. If he don't wanna, you can't make nobody. You can't raise a man. No, no. Gonna take more than a miracle. To change him, just let him go. Tell me, when will you decide to do better with your life? If his mama couldn't do it, what makes you think you can train it boy to be a man? It's too late. Better off letting him go. No matter how hard you try, you can't raise a man. He's already grown, what you gonna do? Yeah. You wonder why he acts like a boy. 'Cause he wasn't raised right before you. Girl, you ain't never gonna change nobody. If he don't wanna, you can't make nobody. Can't raise a Can't raise a man.
You're listening to Life After the Collar with your boy J Man. We're just having candid conversations today because I really want you all to put your thinking caps on. I think we're at a point in our, especially the way 45, I was going to say another word, especially the way 45 is handling things right now. We're going to have to get to a point and to a place where we say, you know what, enough is enough. I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised that we don't have more people of color in an uproar. It blows my mind that I can talk about, and there are good things and bad things. Believe it or not, there are good things and bad things that 45 has done. But a lot of times when I ask, man, that doggone 45, and people are like, okay, what's going on now? Like, we should be up with this because, honestly, he's almost turning this thing into a dictatorship type of president that we have. And that's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He said in the news this morning, it was either this morning or last night, I can't remember because he tweets so doggone much. He said that he can pardon himself. I can commit a crime, and then I can turn around and pardon myself. And nobody sees anything wrong with that. Nobody's going to say anything about that part. He said it from his own mouth or from his own fingers. Let's see, what does it say? That means nothing. It's just another cliche used to make us feel like we're doing something. Okay, this is back to the that was concerning the Black Lives Matter. Until we set our minds. This is what Whitney from Jacksonville was saying. That saying means nothing. It's just another cliche used to make us feel like we're doing something until we set our eyes on the prize and think about more than the freshest, newest pairs of shoes, hottest whips, etc., and buy the block, buy our communities back. It'll continue to be a perpetuating cycle. I love how on the end of Black Panther, they went back and brought the old building to turn it into a school. That is a great observation, Whitney. That is a real great observation. This generation is a bunch of children with no guidance raising the children. I saw a and then they went back to saying hey to each other. Oh Lord Jesus. I saw a meme the other day, today, and this was the guy, the one that's leading the youth, the high school kids, saying we're starting a revolution. And it was I don't know if it was Colin Powell or somebody that said, your generation don't even know how to start a lawnmower. How are you going to start a revolution? Thought that was pretty funny, but I thought it was also pretty accurate. Let's take a pause on Trump real quick, and I want to jump on that topic there. Have we sat down and stopped and wondered who we have raised? I think about my 19-year-old and my 22-year-old. And my thought and my sometimes my insecurities. However, a lot of times my strength in thinking. I often wonder, who have we raised? There's a comedian, one of his catchphrases in his lines, in his stand-up is, who raised you? And he would come up with some type of scenario. For instance, I think one of the scenarios, you're a grown man, but when you come over your house, you're sleeping on the floor. Or it's time for you to move or travel, or you to move from one place to another place, and all of your stuff is in a garbage bag. Who raised you? Have you ever thought about, I'm talking about my generation right now. Talking to the 40 and up crowd. Have you thought about who we have raised? Because the people that we have raised are the ones that's going to take care of us soon. They're going to be the ones that's in the White House. They're going to be the ones in the governor's house. They're going to be the ones in the mayor's seat. Have you thought about who we raised? You see the kids running up and down the street. Well, no, you don't even see the kids. You're right. You don't even see the kids running up and down the street these days. But when was the last time we went to our schools? Especially at the last year. Was it last year? Yeah, last year. This past school year. No, school year before. I didn't have the opportunity this year. But I would go in and just read and to the kids, to the different classes. It was men reading books. Men read or something like that here in Atlanta. I'll talk to the men real quick. I know a large part of my show is probably ladies. But I do have guys that listen. We need to do better, men. We need to be more involved in our schools. We need to show up to the PTAs. We need to show up. Because when I went into the school, and I used to do it all the time when my boys was growing up, I would do coaching and things like that. But I sit around and I think, when was the last time they saw a real man in the school? We see the ladies stepping up. We see the mothers there all the time. But, man, when was the last time they saw us there? And I love that program that they have going on with the men come in. They ask me, what class your son in? What class your child in? My child don't go to this school. I'm just here to read. I'm just here to sow into somebody else's child. When do you become a part of the village? When do you, because watch this. I was talking to a couple of guys today. We sat down and the guy, his 18-year-old, had an accident while we was in the middle of making some transactions and stuff happen. And he was on the phone with him. He got off the phone and he was real frustrated with his young son. I told him not to do that. I said, sir, we could sit there and yell and scream at him. Yeah, they got to have that disciplinary voice. But I learned the hard way. I learned this the hard way. After you get through disciplining them with your authoritative voice, they also need to turn around and hear their dad say, but it's okay, son. We'll get through this. I think one of the most, I'll use the word damaging, or one of the things that I lacked in my life growing up. Even when I was raised by a strong black man. Lewis Madison was strong black dude. I had some friends come over to the house and I was showing them all the stuff, different things, and he was like, "Man, where did you learn how to do that? How did you learn how to do that? My grandfather taught me how to do all of that." So when it comes to doing things and in my feelings, and my grandfather, he was strong. He never showed his feelings. I remember distinctly, me and my brothers and sisters, we went to my grandfather one day and we asked him, "Granddaddy, why don't you ever tell us you loved him, love us?" Because that's really what we wanted to hear. We really wanted to hear my grandmother used to say it all the time. And she would love on us and she would hug us. She'd turn around and beat us. And when I say the word beat, not like, abusive beat. We just get whippings for the stuff that we did. But my grandfather never used those words. I loved you. I love you. My grandfather never used those words. And we asked my grandfather, "Granddad, why don't you ever tell us you loved us?" And we went to him as a group. And he looked at us. He said these words to us. You see that roof over your head? Yes, sir. I said I love you. You see that the food that was on the table you ate today? Yes, sir. And that was me saying I love you. You see these lights that's on in the house? Yes, sir. I'm telling you I love you. You see the clothes on your back? Yes, sir. I'm telling you I love you. At that age, we didn't understand that. And so when I began parenting, I parent the same way. But then I remembered that conversation. And there was times where I really, really, really did not want to go out and play with my sons. Y'all go out and, because when we grew up, we were just instructed to go outside and play. But when my kids was growing up, they wanted their dad to come out and play with them. And I didn't know how that felt. That felt strange to me. And I had to force myself to go out and play with them. Jump on the trampoline with them. Play ball with them. Ride bikes with them. Just be outside with them. Because my kids was actually outdoors kids. I made them go outside and play. I hope us men, I'm not like some of these other guys that y'all man ain't doing this, or if your man doing this, or y'all guys ain't doing no. It's us. Us guys, we have to pick up the slack. I'm not saying that any of us are perfect at this. We're going to make a whole lot of mistakes, guys. We are. I promise you, we're going to make a whole lot of mistakes. But I'm loving the foster care commercials. I'm big on foster care because I know what I was in the foster care world. I was in a battered women and children's home, and I was in an orphanage before. And so I know what that area felt like. And they have this commercial that they play here in Atlanta. I don't know if they play it. I'm sorry, I forgot I've got people that's not from here. Here in Atlanta, I said Atlanta. Here in Atlanta, they have this commercial that plays that says, they don't need for you to be perfect. They don't need for you to be perfect. They just need for you to be there. Elder Latc has made this statement here, and I don't mean any offense by it. Ladies, we have definitely let you all down. Latc has said, please pick up the slack because this sister is tired. Let me help you all out. Guys, when the mother calls you to come get your child, it's not called babysitting. It's called being a parent. Ladies, let me tell y'all this. My nephew's in the studio tonight. I'm gonna get him in the studio with me. I'm gonna put a nickel right there, ladies, for me.
What's up, y'all?
I got my nephew in the studio with me. I'm gonna get him. I don't know why he stopped. But how long ago has this been when you was doing your music thing, dude?
At least 3-4 years now.
About 3 or 4 years? No, that was long. It had to be longer than that.
Right. Oh, since high school.
Yeah. But this guy, he has this gift of music that I'm gonna get him on, and we're gonna talk to his group, his age. That's the millennium. How old are you now? 22, 23, 24?
No, I'm 26 now.
26. He old. Dang, he 26 and somebody getting old. I don't know who it is. I think it's me. But this dude right here has this music skills, and he does auto work. So, if you're in the ATL, let me go ahead and give you a shout out right now.
Oh yeah.
If you're in the let me go ahead and get a shout out. If you're in the ATL and you need body work, you do engines and stuff like that, condensers, radiators, and things like that. and you need somebody to come over to your crib, come to you and look at your car, may even grab your car for you and bring it in and work on it and bring it back to you. His name is Tobias Madison. And his number is 478 262 0805. I promise you. Matter of fact, he just looked at a ride that I was just looking at a few minutes ago, and gave me his advice on it. But he also he actually has a couple of cars that he done put together and he's selling himself. So I need for you all, let me get that number again. I need him to write that down before he leave the studio. What's that number again? 478 262 0805. And if you're in the ATL, he'll come to you. And ladies, I promise you, he's not going to overcharge you or anything like that. This is an honest dude. He'll work with you, and he'll get what you need. All right? So let's go back to the subject. We'll see you later, man. Good to see you. Holla at you. Ladies, I understand that us guys have left you all high and dry. I understand that. We have did you all a disservice. But one of the things that I can tell you this. One, never let your child see your frustration on dealing with that child's father. Here's why. Let me help you all out. Ladies, if you're raising a son, always remember this statement. I always tell ladies that the father is nowhere in sight. The father's nowhere in sight, and I want you all to remember this, ladies, that's raising or trying to raise a son or is raising a son. Always remember this one statement, and it should be ingrained in your heart and in your mind and in your spirit. Always remember you're raising someone else's husband. I paused for a reason. I wanted that to sink in. Always remember you're raising someone else's husband. Raise the man that you wish you had in your life. But watch this. I'm going to help you all out. This part is going to blow your mind. He's always going to look for the type of woman that you are. If you don't want your son to connect with a woman that's always arguing with him, or always babying him, or always doing all the things for him, not requiring him, and holding a standard for him, that's the type of woman he's going to look for. That's because that's all he knows. So don't let him see your frustration. Sometimes, ladies, you have to just go to the bathroom and cry it out. But when you, because I'm like this when it comes to, I wish I had daughters. I honestly, I do have what I consider my daughters, and they're really close to me like daughters. But I didn't get a chance to raise them the way I would have. I had my limits on how I could raise them. I would set a standard for them that if you're not like my daddy, you might as well keep a stepping. Ladies, same thing with you. If you're not like my mama, you might as well keep it moving. Us men, we are who we are because of the women that's in our lives. Any great man that has ever stepped foot on scene and did great things will always tell you that they became who they were because of the women in their lives. If you're always covering up for your son and not holding him to a standard, he's going to look for a woman that's always covering up for him. sometimes, ladies, I don't know why I even went this route. Why did it just on me right to go this route? If he does not understand what it feels like to fail when he gets out in the world and he falls and you're not there, it's going to be tough on him. It's going to be real tough on him because he didn't learn. He didn't learn. He has to be able to fall and learn how to get back up. It's something that's on the inside. We have to know how to do that. You're listening to Life After the Collar with your boy J Matt. It's all good. It's all gravy. We'll holler.
Like the Curry, Steph and Aisha, but we more like Belly, Tommy and Keisha. Gave you TLC, you wanna creep and poured out my whole heart to a piece of shit. Man, I thought you would've learned your lesson about liking pictures, not returning texts. I guess it's fine, man, I get the message. You still stutter after certain questions. You keep in contact with certain exes. Do you though? Trust me, it's cool though. Said that you was working, but you out here chasing who knows. But you lies, chilling poolside. Two lies, I could've did what you did to me to you a few times. But if I did decide to slide, find somebody, let him hit. You would've been pissed, but that's not my MO. I'm not that type of. And karma for you is gonna be who you end up with. You make me sick.
Baby, I adore. I gave you everything, was mine is yours. I want you to live your life, of course, but I hope you get what you're dying for. Be careful with me. Do you know what you're doing? Whose feelings that you hurting and bruising? You gon' gain the whole world, but is it worth the girl that you losing? Be careful with me. Yeah, it's not a threat, it's a warning. Be careful with me. Yeah, my heart is like a package with a fragile label on it. Be careful with me. Care for me. Always say that you'll be there for me. Oh, you better treat me carefully. Look, I was here before all of this. Guess you acting out now, you got an audience. Tell me where your mind is, drop a pin, what's the coordinates? You might have a fortune, but you lose me, you still gonna be misfortunate. Tell me, this love's got you this up in the head. You want some random up in your bed. She don't even know your middle name. Watch her, cause she might steal your chain. You don't want someone who love you instead? I guess not though, it's blame, disrespect. You nothing like the I met. Talk to me crazy and you quick to forget. You even got me tripping. You got me looking in the mirror different. Thinking I'm flawed because you inconsistent. Between a rock and a hard place, the mud and the dirt. It's gonna hurt me to hate you, but loving you's worse. It all stopped so abrupt, you started switching it up. Teach me to be like you, so I cannot give a free to mess with someone else. I wish these feelings could melt, cause you don't care about a thing except your damn self. You make me sick. Baby, I adore. I gave you everything, was mine is yours. I want you to live your life, of course, but I hope you get what you're dying for. Be careful with me. Do you know what you're doing? Whose feelings that you hurting and bruising? You gon' gain the whole world, but is it worth the girl that you losing? Be careful with me. Yeah, it's not a threat, it's a warning. Be careful with me. Yeah, my heart is like a package with a fragile label on it. Be careful with me.
Without knowing
must slow the pace. You can't mess with her mind. She feels the same, she'll let you know. Just prepare yourself and be ready to go. And I hope this message stays in your mind, cause you almost lost a girl who was right on time.
There's one more thing that you got to know. Just cool it down and stay in control. Cool it down. You got to cool it now. Watch out. You're gonna lose control. Cool it down. You gotta slow it down. Slow it down. 'Cause you're gonna fall in love. And all I keep thinking about is her in my arms. And I'll never be the same until you are mine. Oh, listen to me, let me tell you why you all coming down on me, trying to tell me how my life is supposed to be. I know you're only trying to help me out, trying to show me what life is really about. But this time I'm gonna make it on my own. So why don't you fellas just leave me alone? Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. If I love the girl, who cares who you like? Cool it down. You got to cool it down. Watch out. You're gonna lose control. Cool it down. Better slow it down. Slow it down. 'Cause you're gonna fall in love. Cool it down. Slow it down.
All the times that you rain on my parade, and all the clubs you get in using my name. You think you broke my heart, oh girl, for goodness sake. You think I'm crying on my own, well I ain't. And I didn't wanna write a song, 'cause I didn't want anyone thinking I still care or don't. But you still hit my phone up, and baby, I'll be moving on. And I think it should be something I don't wanna hold back. Maybe you should know that my mama don't like you, and she likes everyone. And I never like to admit that I was wrong. And I've been so caught up in my job, didn't see what's going on. But now I know I'm better sleeping on my own. 'Cause if you like the way you look that much, oh baby, you should go and love yourself. And if you think that I'm still holding on to something, you should go and love yourself. When you told me that you hated my friends, the only problem was with you and not them. And every time you told me my opinion was wrong, and tried to make me forget where I came from. And I didn't wanna write a song, 'cause I didn't want anyone thinking I still care or don't. But you still hit my phone up, and baby, I'll be moving on. And I think it should be something I don't wanna hold back. Maybe you should know that my mama don't like you, and she likes everyone. And I never like to admit that I was wrong. And I've been so caught up in my job, didn't see what's going on. But now I know I'm better sleeping on my own. 'Cause if you like the way you look that much, oh baby, you should go and love yourself. And if you think that I'm still holding on to something, you should go and love yourself. For all the times that you made me feel small, I fell in love, now I feel nothing at all. I never felt so low when I was vulnerable. Was I a fool to let you break down my walls? 'Cause if you like the way you look that much. Oh baby, you should go and love yourself. And if you think that I'm still holding on to something, you should go and love yourself. 'Cause if you like the way you look that much, oh baby, you should go and love yourself. And if you think that I'm still holding on to something, you should go and love yourself.
Yeah, you need that real talk. Well, J Mad, he got ya right here doing God's work, bringing life after the collar. Hey, radio show and he's doing it big. You just can't ignore J Mad, bringing you the word. Just holla at your boy. Hey, life after the collar with J Mad.
Listen to J Mad weekdays on Spreaker.com.
All right. That's right. You're listening to Life After the Collar with your boy J Mad. Man, that was real good stuff. That last session conversation was really pretty good. But us men, we do need to step up our game and be in the lives of our children more. It's important, you know, and we have to make sure, and I understand, guys, we make this statement when I get myself together. Like that commercial said before, you ain't got to be perfect. You just have to be there. Something that I'm learning. I had to learn. I'm learning, and I'm trying. Even as we raise a village, even the neighborhood. I used to even recently last year I would take the neighborhood boys, and we didn't even have a goal in the neighborhood. It was one of them. It's a Diddy neighborhood, but they didn't have basketball goals there. So I would take them in a cul-de-sac, and I would just run basketball drills with them. No goal, just basketball. And there was one of the kids up the street had a goal in his yard, so we would go up there sometimes. But we would just sit down and talk after practice or during practice. And the mothers would come and say, "Thank you so much for talking to my son. He's doing this better. He's doing that better." I often said that I wish I was a better father to my sons. Not that I wasn't there, but I just wanted to be a better father for them. There were times I needed to be there and I wasn't. So I wanted to be a better father for them. And I thank God for their mothers. God gives us one chance at this thing called life. He gives us one chance. I know people say, "Well, I survived this, so he gave me another chance." No, here's real talk. It was a part. The things that you thought was going to take you out, it was a part of the plan. It was a part of your life experience. It was a part of the things that's you needed in your life in order to be better, to be more. We go through things in life, and we rub up against things in life, and storms comes our way, and things that are unexpected may come our way, but it's a part of the plan. Even physically, you may have been one that could have been on your deathbed, but I promise you it was a part of the plan. And if you don't use every experience that you've had in life to better yourself and to sow back into others, it would go for nothing. It would go to waste. It wouldn't mean anything. We have to learn to slow down. And instead of complaining about the things that we've experienced in life and the things that we've gone through in life, If we don't learn how to acknowledge the wisdom that comes from those experiences, we are going to forever be repeating the things in life. I know a lot of us probably don't want to hear it and don't want to look at it that way. But that bad breakup that you went through was for a reason. It was a part of the plan. That bad divorce you went through, it was real bad, but it was a part of the plan. That loved one that you may have lost early, yeah, it was real bad, but it was a part of the plan. Yes, you may have got kicked out of your house. Yes, you may have had your car repoed. Yes, you may have this or that and the other. But real talk, it was definitely part of the plan. Don't let what you've gone through in life lose its savor. The Bible tells us about salt that loses its savor. And that means the flavoring that comes from being salt. All of the bad stuff that you've gone through in life is simply the things that add flavors to your life. If you know anything about making a cake, you have eggs. But you don't want to eat an egg raw. You have flour. You don't want to take a cup of flour and just put it in your mouth. You have all those other ingredients that individually you don't want to just shove in your mouth. But if you take all of those experiences, if you take all of those things, the eggs, the butter, the milk, the this, the that, and put that together, you're going to be able to make something sweet. Something that everybody wants. And that's the same thing with your life. When you look at your life and you see all of the bad things that has come your way, and if you look at it and just stare at it, just sit there and just stare at it, just sit there and just stare at it and stare at it and stare at it, it's not going to go anything, and it's not going to do anything for anybody. It's not going to do anything for you. Pastor Coleman said something Sunday that blew my mind. I think that was Coleman. There was a monk that was walking along a path. And if you know anything about monks, they're not supposed to talk to the opposite gender. They're not supposed to talk to women. So they're on this journey. And while they're on this journey, they saw a woman that was stuck, that needed to cross over. I think it was a deep spot or whatever the case may be, and she wasn't able to cross over it. And monks are supposed to talk or touch women. But this one monk picked her up, carried her over to the other side, put her down, and they continued on their journey. They're traveling. An hour later, one of the other monks looked at the other monk that picked up the lady and asked this question. You know we aren't supposed to touch other women. Why did you do that? The monk that picked the woman up looked at the other guy and said this profound words. That was an hour ago. I'd put that woman down an hour ago. Why are you still carrying her? There's some things in our lives that should have been let down long time ago. But here we are trying to do something different, do something better. But you're still carrying something that somebody did a long time ago. How long are you going to carry her? How long are you going to carry that problem? How long are you going to carry that disappointment? How long are you going to carry that letdown? How long are you going to carry the mistake that you made? How long are you going to carry this, that, and the other? Until you put it down, mentally and emotionally, you're going to be stuck in the same place that you picked it up at. It's up to us to decide when we let things down. There was a thing that God told me some years ago. You can allow problems that has come into your life. You can let those problems and issues and situations to make you better or bitter. You get to choose. The difference is one letter, I and an E. Either you're going to go after the everlasting and become better, or you're going to be selfish and be stuck with I, what I didn't do, what they didn't do for me. And this I. It's all about I. And you're just simply going to be stuck in being bitter. When do you put that down and continue on your journey? We often blame the people in our lives. We often blame the people that has left us, abandoned us, and let us down. I'm one. I'm one. I promise you I was one. I promise you I was one. And I had to learn. And where I am today, I am in the best place that I've ever been in my life. I'm not letting what people say about me worry me. If they want to think that way about me, let them. I know who I am. More than that, I know who God says that I am. Stop letting how people talk about you or treat you or handle you change the way you think about yourself. There's a life we have to live out here. There's a journey that we have to go on. There's a purpose. There's a destiny that we have to reach. But if we decide that we're just going to sit here, sit still, and be quiet, we're going to miss our mark every single time. When are you going to tell them who your name is? When are you going to tell them who you really are? When do you get to that place where the world begins to know who you are? Does the world know your name? Does the world know your face? If you're hiding behind your past, I guarantee you they don't. The only thing they see is your past. The only thing they see is your hurt. But the moment you let it down and put it down, if I was in church, I'll say it like this: leave it at the altar. Leave it at the altar. If you leave it at the altar and don't go back and pick it up, let it go and continue on your journey. I wish I had this song by India.Arie that was called Bag Lady. She said, "Bag Lady, you're going to miss your bus carrying all that stuff. It's time to let the world know who you are. But you can't, they won't recognize you if you got stuff covering your face." You're listening to Life After the Collar with J-Man on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio. It's all good. It's all great. Holla at your boy.
Do something, man. Got all these hot cars and hot cribs. Ain't got nobody to share it with, baby. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Hey girl, how you doing? My name is Charlie. That's Wilson. I was wondering if I could take you out, show you a good time, invite you to my house. Here is my number, girl, you can call me, and don't forget it, babe. The name is Charlie. With all of this fortune, what am I doing single? Sometimes I tell myself, man, get out and mingle. You don't have to be alone, you need someone to love. But being famous, sometimes it's hard to find someone to trust. But to hell with that this time, I'm gonna treat myself. Being in love is good for your head. It's time to share this fortune and fame with someone else. Now that I'm in this club, I might as well. Hey girl, how you doing? How you doing? My name is Charlie. Last name Wilson. I was wondering if I could take you out, invite you to here is my number, baby. Call me, and don't forget, no, my name is Charlie. Now I ain't got nobody to ride in my new coupe with, ain't even got nobody to chill with on the weekend. This is just a house till someone makes it a home. Love don't count me out, cause I'm so all alone. What the hell with that this time? I'm gonna treat myself. Being in love is good for your head. It's time to share this fortune and fame with someone else. Now that I'm in this club, I might as well. Hey girl, how you doing? How you doing? My name is Charlie. Last name Wilson. I was wondering if I could take you out, show you a good time, invite you to my house. Here's my number. Girl, and don't forget it, babe. Charlie. My name is Charlie. Now the reason that I laugh is because it feels like I know you. Or this must be one hell of a deja vu. Haven't I seen you somewhere before? I know you've heard this somewhere. And I want you, girl, for sure. And that's why I'm introducing myself. Hey, my name is Charlie. First name Charlie. Last name Wilson. I was wondering if I could take you out, show you a good time, invite you in my crib. Here is my number. Pick up the phone. Don't forget my name is Charlie. Hey girl, how you doing? My name is Charlie. Last name Wilson. I was wondering if I could take you out. We'll have a wonderful time. Invite you. Girl, I got a big old house. Here is my number. My manager's number. My studio number. Even my mama's number. Not two-way. You can email me.
You know, sometimes you have to put yourself first. I'm doing me.
Sometimes as women we give more than we should to a man that just don't treat us good enough. Gave him my heart, my time, did all that I could in the past to keep him here with me. Yeah. But now I woke up, opened both my eyes up, realized that I don't need any other man. If he can't love me equally, then he don't need to be with me. Nothing more beautiful than knowing your worth. And finally, yeah, I know exactly what I deserve. You and me this time around. You and me don't need you now. I'd rather be by myself. I won't let your drama hold me down. You and me this time around. You and me, 'cause I finally found I'd rather be by myself. I'm doing me, yeah. Won't spend another minute wasting my time on a man that only tells me lies. No, ain't saying no, 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 that I don't need love, but them games, yeah, I don't need that in my life. No, you and me, said I'm doing me, you and me, don't need you now. I'd rather be by my. I won't let your drama hold me down. You and me, yeah, you and me, baby, 'cause I found I'd rather be by myself. I'm doing me, yeah. Now I could pray for you to act right every day.
officially tuned in to a BK classic.
I'm calling this phone up just to tell him how much I really love him, 'cause he's everything I want. He listens to me, cares for me, so I truly believe God sent me an angel from above. It's gonna love me for life. That is what be perfect, only because it's the only way I can describe. So this is love. Tell me what it is. I could be dreaming of just plain crazy. This is love. Tell me what it is. 'Cause I never felt like this, baby. This is love. What it is to me. Oh, this is love. What it is to me. Oh, this is love. I'm selfish 'cause I don't wanna share 'em with nobody, not even those people that came before me. But see, I never believed God sent me an angel up from above that's gonna love me for life. That is what's perfect, only because it's the only way I can describe. So this is love. Tell me what it is. I could be dreaming of just plain crazy now. This is love. Tell me what it is. 'Cause I never felt like this, baby. If this is love, what it is to me. Oh, this is love. What it is to me. Oh, so if you got real love, see you put your hands up. See you put your hands up. Kind of love that fits right like a glove. Let me see you put your hands up. See you put your hands up. 'Cause I know I ain't crazy. I know I ain't tripping. I know I ain't slipping. I know that it's love. See you in my hands up. You think I'm dreaming? I know I ain't dreaming. If this is love, tell me what it is. I could be dreaming of just plain crazy. This is love. What it is. Tell me what it is. Never felt like this, baby. What it is to me. L-O-V. Oh, this is love. What it is to me. Oh, this is love.
You're listening to Life After the Collar with your boy J Mad. It's all good. It's all gravy. You know how we do it. E&Z, Silent Hustle. EZ, I keep saying the and part. EZSilentHustle.com. Go by there. Make sure you all check out our sponsor. I wanted to say this. Remember, if you have a business and you are interested in being a sponsor of the show, send me an email at jbmadison72, jbmadison72 at gmail.com, and we'll see about getting you on as a sponsor. My goal is to grow this thing that we all can prosper from it. Many of us, we want to charge people for some of everything, and we want to charge extremely high prices. Sometimes I may just say, hey, I'll do it for free. You never know. But we want to make sure that we grow this. Also, if you have Facebook and you listen to me, or you have Facebook and we're connected on Facebook, make sure that at the beginning of the show that you share my post that comes live, that lets you know that I'm live. And if you have the Spreaker app and you get a notification, if I'm not mistaken, there is a spot where you can share it on your Facebook page as well. And you wouldn't have to go to my page. I think that they have that little triangle looking thing. But make sure you're sharing this so we can grow this as well. You know, I'm really not getting paid for this. I put out not a whole lot. I pay out money to do this, and it's not an issue. It's my heart's passion. And like I said at the very beginning of the show, if you don't sow into yourself, nobody else will. I'm going to say this before I get off the air as well. And I was trying not to. I really was trying not to, but it won't let me go. It won't let it go. I was just saying, sowing into yourself. The very first way that you sow into yourself is loving on you. Don't worry about what other people think about what's going on in your world, what's going on in your life, what you look like, how you feel, and all this other foolishness. Let me tell you this. Love on you and set the standard on what people and how people are supposed to love you. It is what it is. There's a standard that you set. Remember at the beginning, we talked about Black Lives Matters. But then I flipped that thing and said, when are we going to make Black Lives Matter? Yes, requiring somebody to love us is very important. But if you don't love yourself, nobody else will. And it's not that they don't want to, it's just that they don't know how, because you're so unsure yourself. That's just real talk. We can't sit back and expect people to love on us when we ourselves aren't loving on our own self. The Bible tells us this way. We look at it in a different manner. But I can associate this with love as well. Stop trying to get the splinter out of somebody else's eye when you got a whole beam in yours. Stop trying to love on other folks when you need to be loving on yourself. You have to learn how to set the standard on loving yourself. The Bible tells us, love your neighbor as you love yourself. In other words, you have to be loving yourself first. Or I'll flip it in another way. You're going to love others the same way you love yourself. If you raggedy with your love for yourself, you're going to be raggedy with the way you love on other folks. If you're constantly beating yourself up, guess what? You're going to constantly beat somebody else up. I'm just trying to have a real conversation with you. I ain't trying to beat nobody up. I ain't trying to make nobody mad. It is what it is. I hope that we learn to grow from it. I really do hope that we learn to grow from it. The minute we get to the point where we're able to say, you know what, I love me, no matter what people say to me, no matter how people treat me. And the way that you know, let me show y'all a technique. Let me tell y'all a technique. Not everybody know how to do this or can do this. But when you're able to go out and have dinner with yourself, by yourself, and enjoy a meal, you love it on you. But if you stop doing stuff by yourself and can't do stuff by yourself, let me tell you, there's a saying that says, how do you expect somebody else to enjoy your company when you don't even enjoy your own company? I'd have no problem, none whatsoever, in enjoying myself. I'll go to the movies by myself. I go out to eat by myself. I do all of these things by myself. I don't need anybody to do that. Yes, they still do talk. Like I just told y'all last Friday. I think it was Friday or Thursday. I know some of my former preacher buddies are talking bad, even to this day, like recently. But it doesn't stop me from doing me. It doesn't stop me from being who God called me to be. One of the greatest things that could ever happen to anybody is to wake up and see who God made you to be. Because when you wake up and see who God has made you to be, what people say about you and how they treat you will not faze you. Yes, it may hurt. Yes, I'm a realist about this thing. Yes, you're going to be confused. But at the end of the night, you knew you did what God told you to do and how he told you to do it. There's only one heaven. And only one being is able to let anybody in it. And that's God himself. How people treat you and do for you on this earth will not mean a hill of beans when judgment day comes. Period. It doesn't. When you stand before God, God is going to ask you, what did you do? And if you're able to say, I did my best. I did what I thought was right. My heart was pure. You ain't got to worry about nothing else. This world will soon pass away. I almost got into my Baptist preaching right in there. This world right here is going to pass away. It's on the other side that we need to be worried about. How did you treat other folks? How did you talk to other folks? How did you love on other folks? I am so glad that Jesus never made it about himself. And he had every right. Jesus had every right to make it about himself. Well, God, they ain't doing this for me, so why should I die on the cross for me? If you're not dying on the cross, you don't have room to do anything else but simply love on folks. I know that's the hardest thing, a hard pill for us to swallow. All of us. All of us. Because there are people that we're going to have to learn to forgive and get over it. Because real talk, we treat Jesus worse than we treat each other. Oh, I know that hurts some of y'all saved folks out there. That hurts for y'all saved folks out there. I got about 10 more minutes. I got to play my anthem. I got to. I don't care what y'all say. I'm going to play my anthem before this time is up. Holla at your boy. You listen to Life After the Collar with your boy J-Man on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other things you can name them. Alexa is getting ready to know my voice. So y'all going to say, hey, Alexa, play Life After the Collar with your boy J-Man. Holla at your boy.
What we gonna do now is go back.
Keep playing that
When I was hitting, I was in rotation off the charts. Like number 2 with a bullet, I was shooting straight for your heart. But it looks like I'm slipping from that peak position. Drop down on your list from top 10 to not even being on your countdown. And so I'll wait for you to come digging in the crates. Blow off the dust so I could finally get some attention. Cause we should put the needle on wax. You can't just put me back. Just cut it up and scratch and bring it back. Cause you're only gonna play me again. Play me out. And you bring him in. I can't get no spin unless I'm requested. She's something like a DJ. We used to move the crowd. It's all worn out. I can't get no play. She's something like I'm so in love with the way you work the 1 and 2. But I can't help but be jealous. The way you work them up. You get caught up skipping. Girl, just let me flip it. I'll show you the remix, baby. Breaking records at the top for the #1 spot. I'll wait. You come digging in the crates. Blow off the dust so I could finally get some attention. Cause we should put me to one box. You can't just put me back. And scratch and bring it back. Cause you're only gonna play me again. And you bring him in. I can't get no spin unless I'm requested. She's something like a DJ. You're something like a DJ. Now the groove is all worn out. I can't get no play. She's something like a DJ. Baby girl, let's slow it down. Like it's the last song of the night. Till the lights come on. Ain't no need to switch it up until you know the time is right. See, you got me feeling like I'm your favorite song. You fade me out and you blend him in. I can't get no spin unless I'm requested. She's something like a DJ. You're something like a DJ. Now the groove is all worn out. I can't get no play. She's something like a DJ. The way you do my heart and you play him near me, I can't get no spin unless I'm requested. She's something like a DJ. You gotta be. You gotta be. Now the groove is all worn out. I can't get no play. Something like a DJ. And just for the record, baby, my head is spinning, my heart is turning, and I'm yearning for your love.
You're listening to your boy, J-Mad. We had a great show today. I want to leave you with this thought. Always be who God called you to be. No matter what people say about you, no matter what people do to you, no matter how people perceive you, you're going to be the one that stand before God on Judgment Day. And God is going to ask you one thing. What did you do? Jason, how did you do? Whoever, how did you do? What did you do? He's not going to ask you what people thought you did. He's not going to ask you why did they do that to you, or what they did that to you. He's not going to hear that. Not at that time. Because those people that did stuff against you, they're going to have to answer for that. Imagine if we were Jesus. Jesus didn't do anything to anybody. He loved on them. But he said in his word, they received me not. They didn't even receive the love that he was trying to give to them. The only thing Jesus knew to do is to be who God called him to be. Thank you all so much for listening to Life After the Collar today. It has definitely been my pleasure. You all have a great night. Be good, be great, and do what God told you to do.
J-Mad is not your everyday lunch partner. He's all the way raw.
How are you going to say Black Lives Matter when the only reason you come out is when cops kill us and we don't come out when we kill ourselves? That's crazy, man.
He's all the way real.
The truth? You can't even handle the truth.
And most of all, he has his priorities right.
I want the Falcons and the Hawks to be my pallbearers at my funeral. That way they can let me down just one last time.
J-Mad gives it to you big.
Yeah, you need that real talk. Well, J-Mad, he got ya. Right here doing God's work, bringing life after the collar. Hey, radio show, and he's doing it big. You just can't ignore J-Mad, bringing you the word. Just holla at your boy. Hey, life after the collar with J-Mad.